Jody Anderson, live in Conrad, Iowa, own funeral homes in Conrad, Gladbrook, Iowa, and Marshalltown, Iowa. Purchased them 2009, November 2009. Really, I'm a little green at that. I'm not going to lie. You know, I went from dealing with my personal checkbook to dealing with the corporation's checkbook. And so when there was a lot of money there, or there wasn't a lot of money, I had decisions to make. And so what I always wanted to do is improve on what we had as far as our product and our services. But I needed funds to do that. So what I did is every time something came up, which is probably the wrong approach, because it's reactive and it shouldn't be reactive. But I had to be reactive because I bought a business that was declining, but it was the premier business in town at the day, and I'm building it and it's growing. And I took that business and I had to look at each individual vendor, supply. I started with the copy machine. It sounds stupid. I started with the copy machine. How can we make this better? How can we make this more efficient? What product can we get in here to make our jobs easier? Is that product going to cost us more or less? If it costs us more, is it more efficient? Because if it costs more, it should be more efficient, I think. And so we started with Fraser Consultants. We started with them. We did websites. We did all their paper material. It cost a little bit more, but boy, we were working less, which allowed me to do other things. Then I went to the vault company. And I said, you're not answering your phone at 3:30 in the afternoon. I need you to answer your phone at 3:30 in the afternoon. Well, we have this and that. This happened. No, we work all the time. We're in the funeral business. Then one thing led to another, down to last year at the convention, I said to a buddy of mine from South Carolina, I says, I'm upset with this casket companies. How can who do you use? And that's how you really get ahead, is that you lean on the guy next to you and say, what's your experience? What have you done that's worked for you? That's what I get out of these conventions. The classes are great and feel good stuff, but I said to this guy, what do you do? I use private label. We get it from a distributor. And I said, what's that? Chinese caskets. I said, I'm not doing that. No way, shape, or form am I doing that. And he looked at me, he's a great guy. Mel's a great guy. He says to me, no problem, how many caskets you sell? I said, I don't know, 100 and a half, 125. Because write me a check for about 50, 60 grand and we'll call it good. What do you mean? This is about half what you're going to save. I brushed him off as a young funeral director that didn't know any better and went about my business. And then I bumped into Rich Darby. I won the Tri-Guard scholarship at college in 2004 from Tri-Guard, and met Rich Darby. And I just remember his presentation. I went to his funeral home, how he presented the caskets, how he presented the vaults, how he touched things, how he nodded. And I was just very intrigued about what he did. So we got an opportunity to visit him. We bought him. We did some stuff last year together at his funeral homes, and then I said to him and his CFO, I think it was, what do you use it for caskets? Buchanan. I said, what's that? Private label. Well, when he said it, I'm just like, okay, wait. There's two. And two people I really respect and admire, I think were successful. So I was excited. I come back from the convention, and the first day I Googled it, and I called private label, and I talked to a gentleman, and put me in touch with Michelle, and I says, send me out a rep. I want a rep out here. I want to talk to somebody. And he said, let me call you back. So he called me back, and he said, we don't have a rep out there. And I'm just like, well, I need a rep. I might want to talk to you about some caskets. Long story short, flew out to Indianapolis, turned some consumers. I became a distributor myself, launched the casket company. And what I did is, as I purchased these caskets, and I was purchasing them for really half of what I was paying for my current person. So in 4 months, maybe 4 to 5 months, I pulled out and matched up caskets. What it is, I bought these caskets and I thought, this looks like this one and this one looks like this one. The Ratlin oak looks like the Montclair oak, and I started matching those up. And I just carried the same core line. And 4 to 5 months, I think it was $40,000 savings. $40,000 savings. Now that's not a lot of money to the big guys, but to me it was substantial. And so I broke ties with my casket company, and there's 2 ways approach to do it. Is I basically didn't tell anybody anything different. I didn't do anything different. I showed pictures, I showed video, I showed some Aurora caskets, and time again they're picking private label casket, which I really don't care one way or the other what they selected, but in a year's time, my bottom lines went up at least $100,000. Once again, not a lot of money to some, but when you're only doing 150 calls to 175 calls a year, it's a lot of money.